Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to show you how to achieve an ombre animal print nail design using, of course, a stamper and just some stamping polish. So what I decided to do was pick up colors that are going to match the best. So I've got a couple of colors that are going to match up with my stamping polishes. I think even though this one's electric pink or intense pink, it does quite match nicely with those. I've got a couple of different ones. All of the stamping polishes that I'll be using today are going to be from Born Pretty. They're super beginner friendly. They're very fun to use. They've got a very nice wide range of colors. So if you are a beginner and trying to get into stamping, I would highly recommend their Born Pretty stamping polishes. So I really wanted to do today's video because I find these designs very pretty. I think they're really cool. It doesn't have to be strictly animal print. You can do any other print. You can do flowers and all of that stuff. But I thought I will show you guys how to do an ombre with stamping polishes straight from the plate. Nothing going on the nail. And there's two ways of going around it. So I'll show you guys both in today's video. So it's not strictly a design altogether. It's just showing you how to do a design on a nail. And yep, so without further ado, let's get right into it. So I've got my short little nails today. I was trying to pick out a nail shape and size that will kind of match up with our image, as you can see. Usually I use the very long sturdy ones and there will be no way that I could do it on there. So I'm going to start with the first technique with applying a white base. I'm going to use my Cloud Beauty white gel polish to do that. You can use any white gel polish that you want. It doesn't have to be gel polish. You can use normal polish as well if you wanted to, or you can even go ahead and just paint straight away with your stamping polish if you wanted to. Go ahead and cure it, and then we can start applying the stamping polish. Okay, so I've applied 2 layers of the white. I have cured it, so it's all cured and it's got a nice tacky layer which will help us transfer our image over. So for the first one, I'm going to use these 2 shades. You can use any shade you want. They all work well together. So this one's called the Yearning Series BPTYS11, and this one's called Nile River. I think this one came in like a collection of some autumn colors, and this one I think I just got on its own, possibly at some point on AliExpress. You can get Born Pretty stamping polishes straight from their website. There are on AliExpress, they're on Amazon, they're in all sorts of different places. I'm actually going to use my Born Pretty stamper as well. So we're basically doing everything Born Pretty. This plate in particular is from Beauty Big Bang Texture Plate, which is XL001. If you're going to get any plate, you should get this one. Animal print is forever loved by people. Everybody loves them. They're always super handy to have, and it's going to be your most used plate for sure, because it's definitely my most used plate. So let's crack on with our ombre. So you want to pick whether you want the ombre at the top or at the bottom first. I mean the color, which color you want to put at the top or the bottom. I think I'm going to do blue at the top and the pink at the bottom. So I'll start off with opening up the little polishes first, just to make it easier for myself. Let's push everything back. Right, so what you want to do, let's move that here actually. So what you want to do is start applying your blue to only 1/2 of the nail, and you want to place a fairly large amount just because you want enough so that you can ombre it in the center. Let's see if I can do this first try. And then you want to grab your scraper, start scraping, and just keep scraping until you get that nice ombre look in the center. There we go. I've got a nice little purpley shade happening. You want to grab your stamper and just pick it up. And there you can see a nice blend of colors together. So what you want to do next, grab your little scraper and just isolate the image. And if you don't want to do it with your scraper, you can use a lint remover. So I'll show you guys that now. So I just used a standard lint remover, as you can see. I've already been using it a little bit on a previous image design that I was going for. And what you want to do is just be very careful, because you don't want to remove your image that you want. You just want to take away the stuff you don't want, and you just can roll it over. There we go. And there's our image done. So what you want to do now is pick up your image, and then you want to decide pink at the top or blue at the bottom. I'm going to go for blue at the top. You want to place it in the center. And what I mean by the center is I want the ombre part to be somewhat in the center. So as you can see, this image still has not fully covered, and I'll show you guys what you can do. So I'm just going to stamp the little bits that I've got left on my stamper there, just to cover it up at the bottom. So I'm quite happy with the bottom. I feel like I could stamp another blue bit there. So all you would need to do is just place a bit of blue there, pick it up, and just stamp the image down. But I've got some blue left on my stamper, so I might be able to stamp it down. There we go. I think I'm quite happy with that one. There we go. So we won't even have to double stamp. So there's our first nail done. We've got an ombre and I think it looks pretty good. If you wanted a more of a visible ombre, you would just have to scrape a few times and kind of go a bit up and a bit down to get that ombre a bit wider. So we've got a very faint ombre. The ombre part is quite small, but you can make it larger if you wanted to. So that's the first method. I thought I could show you guys another method in case you find this a bit too difficult. Let me show you guys what you can do differently. So to clean your little plate, you just want to use some acetone with a lint-free wipe and just wipe it away and it comes straight off. Okay, so if creating an ombre on a stamping plate is way too difficult for you, you can flip it around and do it a different way. If you're a bit more comfortable with making ombres on its own, not on the stamping plate, you can do this. So what I'm going to do to keep it in the theme of our shade that we've picked up, once you matte top coat these, they will kind of dim down a little bit. So I did pick up slightly dimmer colors to what you see right now. You see that they will match up quite nicely in a second. So what I'm going to do is do half of the nail that bluey shade, just the half. The other half is going to be that pinky shade. Okay, and then using an ombre brush, mine is from Madame Glam. Here it is. What I'm going to do, let me just pop that aside. I'm going to grab it and then go from side to side until you are happy. So what I like to usually do is focus on the center first, go side to side. Then once I've got the ombre kind of different shade in the center, I go right from the top right to the bottom until I am happy. So what I'll do is grab a few lint-free wipes. One has some liquid on it. I don't know if you can see, it's a bit wet. It's got some blue Miley nail print cleaner. Here's my little bottle. And I'm going to start doing the ombre. So you just want to go from side to side. Unfortunately, Semilac gel polishes are not very thick. They're quite liquidy. So it was probably one of the worst gel polishes that I could have picked up for the ombre. But I felt like it was the closest pink shade to the pink that we've just used. So I'm kind of trying to get a different shade in the center at first. Which I think roughly that's a different shade. And what I do in between, I just wipe it down onto my wet wipe. And now that I'm happy with that shade that I got in the center, I'm going to go right from the top right to the bottom. You don't have to worry about being too perfect with your ombre just because we are going to stamp over it. So don't be too stressed about getting the ombre super seamless, super perfect. So there we are. Our ombre isn't looking the most perfect, but what will happen is the first one is never perfect. With our second one, we'll be a bit more precise, maybe a bit more extra swipes, and then I'll be ready to stamp. So I'll just do that off camera real quick and I'll come back and then we can carry on stamping. Okay, so this is the ombre now with 2 layers. So as you can see, still not perfect, but whenever we top coat and everything, it will smooth everything out and make it look beautiful. So what you want to do now is, since we've now flipped it around, you've got the ombre as a base rather than it being white, you want to now stamp with a white polish. So this one is called Pure from Born Pretty. So another Born Pretty stamping polish. We're going to pick up the exact same image. So we're going for this one here. Oh, I probably placed way too much polish. Oh well, never mind. Okay, so you can grab your scraper, scrape that in there, pick it up. There we go. So once again, we've picked up sides that we don't want, so just get rid of those. Okay, I think I'm happy. So you can pick it up and then stamp it down. So there we go. Oh no. Yeah, I forgot about Semilac. Semilac gel polishes are incredibly annoying. They leave a very weird sticky layer. It's almost like oily and weird. So when it comes to stamping, it doesn't always want to transfer. So apologies about that one. But as you can see, it still happened. It just left a bit of a residue. So now for this one, we weren't able to stamp as much as we wanted to. We weren't able to cover the full nail. So you got to do just re-stamp and just only stamp in the area that needs it. So we'll go ahead and pick that image up again. At this point, you don't have to be too precise where you stamp it. You can also use way less stamping polish because you're not actually needing to cover the full nail. So there we go. So what I want to do is just stamp. Something happened with the the Semilac stamping polish. I don't know whether I maybe undercured it. That might have been a me problem, but we kind of saved it. It looks all right. The pink bit isn't the best, but it looks all right. So there we go. We've got them both stamped. So what you want to do now, you want to top coat. So you can go ahead and do a glossy if you wanted to. I love matte top coating stamping polish. I feel like it really brings out the colors so much more. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. And because this is stamping polish, you don't actually have to cure this at all. This is just going to dry and stay in place. So that's beautiful there. There are stamping polishes that you can use that are actually made from gel polish. So there's that. I've never actually personally tried that myself, so I can't really recommend what's going to be easier, what's going to be better, you know, all of that good stuff. Unfortunately, I cannot speak on that. But I definitely love just the stamping polish. Just so much easier. I don't have to cure it. Just dries. Everything works well. So this is it glossy. I will go ahead and cure it, and I'll show you guys what it looks like when it's matte. Okay, so here are the nails right next to each other. You can see that they're both ombre. They both give this animal ombre look, but they're made completely different. The ombre is actually in the background. This is the ombre actually on the top. So there's two different techniques that you can do to achieve the ombre. Here I wanted to show you guys a couple of other different variations that you can do, different colors and different animal prints as well. So I'm not very good with animal prints, so I might get it wrong, but we do have a cow print here. I also flipped the, one is stamped with white polish, the other one is actually stamped with the ombre. We've got some zebra there too. I think it's zebra. And we did the grey at the bottom with the pink at the top and ombre. In case you're wondering about the colours, I will quickly let you guys know. So this one here was made with this grey from Born Pretty called BPTYSO8. And the pale pink is Cherry Blossom. And those two darker shades there were made with these two polishes. We've got a party dress shade, that's this nice little purple shade, and we also have like this dark royal blue, which is called Ingala. I'm not sure, not very good with names as usual, but these are the final results. Hope you guys liked it. I hope it was very useful and helpful, and hopefully it will help you guys get very nice, easy ombre animal prints. So if you guys like this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I would love to see you all in my next video. Bye guys!